Hey everyone, Matt Foley here from Elite Sports and Fitness. How are you doing today? Hey, I'd like to take this time to talk to you about the summer training program and certain things that you want to make sure that you're doing with your summer training to prepare for your fall season. Now, there are a lot of programs out there, and hopefully you've chosen the right one, Elite Sports and Fitness. But if you haven't and you're going someplace else, shame on you. But if you do, there's a couple of things that you want to look for. You want to make sure that the conditioning component is complementary towards what you're doing. Now, what do I mean by that? Complementary. Well, what I mean by that is this. A lot of you do not have off seasons anymore. You're either going right from one sport to another, or you're staying in that sport pretty much all throughout the year. You don't have downtime. And during the summertime, you get a lot more gameplay, which is a great thing to do because that's really where you develop a lot of your skills, is through the gameplay. But with that being said, if you're playing in a lot of games during the week, or you're going to a lot of camps, a lot of clinics, and you have a lot of practices during the summertime, you want to make sure that the training that you're doing here isn't burning you out, isn't setting you back. So what are certain things to look for? Well, a lot of programs will have you go out and they'll have you run tons of hills, or they might have you run tons of gassers, or there's one that has you do a ton of beep testing. Why? You're going to get that through your practices. You're going to get that through your games that you're doing throughout the week. So why do you want to sit there and burn the candle, as they say, from both ends, and end up probably fatiguing yourself out, leading towards an injury? You don't. So what certain things should you be looking for when you go in to talk to somebody about your training program? Well, one, you definitely want to have that strength component in there. And there's nobody that does it better than us right here at Elite. We are the strength training experts on the North Shore. We are the ones who are making the strongest athletes. With that being said, when you hear the strongest athletes, a lot of people think, geez, you're going to lead to injury. No, that's not true at all. As long as you're doing it in a logical progression-based format and you're keeping a good eye on that athlete, making sure that they're developing appropriately. Now, with the strength end covered, making sure that you have that strength component in there, because that's what's going to make the conditioning that much more effective. Now, you get into the conditioning component, and when you're looking at it, what do you want to see? You want to see short bursts. You want to see more of a short burst with a short recovery. Well, why? Because you don't want that long wear and tear down in the body, especially if you have a lot of practices, and especially if you have a lot of games. You're going to get that conditioning through those games and through those practices. So the conditioning component that you're doing at your training facility should more or less enhance once you take the field for practice or for game. So what would you look at? Once again, let's say we're going to have you doing, one of the things that I like to do is I like to do a lot of short burst work. I like to do a 10-yard up and a 10-yard back. And I want that athlete to be able to achieve 10 up, 10 back in 5 seconds. I give them a 10-second breather and they repeat it, usually for about 10 repetitions. Then what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have them do multiple sets of that. Usually, the first part, or the first 3 weeks of the program, we're going to give you a 2-minute recovery period. Not too bad. 2 minutes of recovery after 10 trips. Okay, of 5 seconds worth of work, right? Then, as they become better and better and more conditioned, we're going to start ticking that down. So we're going to go from 2 minutes down to 1:30. We're going to pull 30 seconds of recovery off. What is this doing? This is, one, teaching the athlete to use that energy supply to explode, recover, explode, recover, explode, recover. That is sport. But yet, at the same time, they go out to practices and they're going to do things for a little bit longer period of time. So I'm not sitting there doing the exact same thing that they're doing at practice or the exact same thing that they're doing in a game. That way, we're not going to burn them out. We're not going to burn out all their energy systems. We're attacking different energy systems. So, when you're sitting there looking for what you're going to do this summer and you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing, www.elite-sf.com, we know what we're doing. Come on down, give us a check out, make sure that your training program is what you really do need. Take care, everyone. Keep pushing. Bye-bye.